Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Martina, and on this channel I film about immigrant lifestyle, business and things relating to kids. Now if this is your first time in my channel, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so what some of you don't know is I'm an immigrant that has been living in different continents looking for a better life for my family, and I finally found myself here in Paris, France, after living in Asia for over 10 years. Now today I'm going to be sharing 10 cultural shocks that I had, when I first came to France, and this might interest you. If you like any of this topic, be kind to subscribe, stick around, because you're going to hear something that might just be interesting to you if you're looking to migrate here, or if you're looking to visit France, for the first time. So let's dive right into it. Number one cultural shock that I've had and I still don't understand is in France, you had to take an appointment for everything. God, I was so shocked to see that you take an appointment to repair your cars. You take an appointment you virtually need to take an appointment if you need to say hello. Okay, not hello, but like literally everything. Okay, so you have a toothache. You have to take an appointment for that. Whereas in Asia, you can just walk down to the hospital or just go down and then say I have a toothache, and you wait for maybe 1 or 2 hours or even less than 20 minutes and someone is already attending to you. In Africa, it's really very easy. You just go there, stay on the queue. When it's your turn, someone attends to you. But not in France. In France, prepare your mind that you take an appointment for everything. You need to open a bank account. You take an appointment. Everything is an appointment, and things are generally slow. So that's the first cultural shock that I had. Number two is that the French people are very knowledgeable. Okay, versus what we think, the average French child has a basic knowledge about everything. Okay, so number two, people think that they don't understand English, but I tell you, the average French person understands English, knows some sort of words in English. They might be shy to talk to you in English, or they might have forgotten some words, but English is something that they teach them even from when they are small. And I know this because I've taught children English for a while here in France. So they teach English to their kids. They generally have knowledge about everything, so they know how to ski. They're going, like my daughter is going for skiing next week for 2 weeks, so they teach them everything. They know about their history. So you're sitting with a French child and they're saying, do you know in 1927 somebody did this and Henry of the French did that? There's an ad running through and you say, do you know that was Henry the Third or the Fourth? And you're like, okay. So they have a knowledge about things. The education system here is really very good. Compared to other places and compared to what we would imagine. You would imagine that in France, because there are things more slowly, so they might not know some things, but that's not true. They are very knowledgeable people about everything, so they're well grounded in information. Okay, so you see someone who doesn't who is into maybe childcare but knows how to do technology things, because they have this formation, like trainings that you can do for free, so education here is really pretty cool. So this is a second cultural shock that I had. Okay, the third one that I had, number 3 on my list, would be food. Okay guys, this one, I like food, but this one was very shocking, because to me, the French people eat with their cutlery for everything. They eat pizza with the cutlery, they eat their French fries with cutlery. They're very prim and proper. When it has to do with food, you have to eat 3 square meal and 2 goûter times if you're a kid, and then 1 goûter time if you're an adult. Like goûter time means like a snack time, and they follow it religiously. Okay, so you can't just feel peckish and decide, I'm just gonna go to my fridge and pick things. In fact, even the kids will take permission before they take something from the fridge, and I found that very shocking, because in Asia or in Africa, you could just, maybe you're feeling peckish or you're hungry, you just go to your fridge, open it up and take something. Not in France. In France, it's breakfast. If you're taking 2 goûter, a goûter time, lunch, a goûter time, dinner. If not, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 1 goûter time, and it has to be at 4 p.m. As in, they keep to the timing of their food, and it's prim and proper. Okay, apart from the baguette bread, where they can That one, they eat it very funnily. Okay, so they can take the baguette bread, put it on the table. They can take it, stick it into the sauce or the soup. I've literally seen people in restaurants take the baguette bread and then put in their tea or put it in the soup, and or use the baguette. This one is funny. They use the baguette bread, they cut a piece out of it, and then they use it to scoop the sauce out of, okay, say let's say they're eating like something that has sauce. They will just take the baguette, the final piece of the bread, and then scoop it around just to clear the plate. You know, like when you're cleaning out your plate, they will use that to take. Oh my god. Okay, so they do that with their food as well, and they love their baguette bread. Okay, so I have a boulangerie. A boulangerie is like a pastry shop near my house, and you need to see the queue once it's 6 p.m. Everybody queues. I also join them in the queue. Like, I'm now a French girl, so I have to join in the train. So everybody eats baguettes. I mean, I've not seen any home that doesn't eat baguette during their meal time. They always have it. Sometimes they will buy it in like chunk. Like, my neighbor will literally buy like 20 or 30 pieces, and you see them the next day again. They buy again. I'm like, what? Did you finish 20 pieces or 30 pieces of baguette? They love their baguette. Okay, contrary to what people think, okay, most people see the baguette like the long bread, and they think that because it's hard, it will be hard to eat and whatever, but it actually aids for digestion. I knew this when I was in the hospital, and they'll bring baguette, and I've just finished with an operation, and I say, no, don't worry, the nurses or the doctors will say eat it, it would help for digestion, it will open your bowel movement and all those things. So guys, when you come to Paris, make sure you eat baguette. Okay, all right, moving on to the fourth thing. The fourth thing that I found very shocking was the labis and the PDAs. Okay guys, this one, I was really very shocked when I came to France for the first time. Okay, if you don't know, labis is the bisou, like the kisses that they give on the cheek, the two side cheeks. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. Guys, I really can't count how many. But the thing is, a stranger can just meet you, hey, bonjour, bonjour, mwah, 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 and they're kissing you immediately. Like the first time, I almost literally like pushed the person away, like, I don't know you, don't kiss me, please, no. But okay guys, the labis is really a French cultural thing that shocked me. They kiss you at any time. So in case you come to Paris or you're in France, don't feel awkward when someone tries to kiss you for the first time, someone you don't know. It's part of their culture. But the one that really irritates me is the PDA. Oh guys, they do this one very often. So it's a public display of affection. Guys, in France, even in Paris. Okay, so the fourth one is the labis. Guys, the labis and the PDAs was really very shocking to me. So if you don't know, labis is like the kisses that the French people do. So they do it on the two side cheeks. Sometimes it's confusing. You don't know whether to do it from the right or to the left. Okay, so if you are French, comment down below what is the right order and how many times should it be? Because these days I really get confused, you know. I don't know where to start from, either the right or the left, and should it be 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times, because they can do this as many times as possible. Now, what shocked me the most is the PDA, the public display of affection. Guys, okay, I understand it, you know, they say French is the city of love and everything, but guys, they do this so much. You see people in the metro kissing and smooshing, and I'm like, even in front of kids, they don't care. You see someone touching someone's boobies, you know, in the park, and it's open, and je m'en fous, they don't care, you know. So the PDA is something that shocked me. I mean, like, and sometimes you even see kids as maybe 15, 16-year-old doing this, and nobody cares, you know. In France, PDA, labis is something that's going to shock you. So don't go there trying to say, why are you kissing in the metro? Like, I literally, the first time I saw this happen, I almost said, look, I'm with my children, don't do this here. But you know, when I saw everybody looking or removing their faces, I had to follow suit. But I mean, guys, I don't understand why they do that. They kiss, smoosh, you know, touch someone's bum, everything. They do everything. It's like you're watching a movie in a train or wherever. So the labis and the PDA is something I found shocking. Number 5 on the list is the medication and the medical cabinet. Okay, so when I first came, I was with a friend, and I noticed that they had a medical cabinet in their house. I'm like, what are you doing with all of these drugs? And they're prescribed drugs. So the cultural shock here is drugs are being prescribed, so you can't find, guys, I'm outside and my hair is entering into my face, sorry about that. So you can't really find medication, off the shelf medications like that. Every medication you need to go to, almost all medications, you need to go to the doctor and it needs to be prescribed. Okay, so you all know that healthcare here is number one in the world. So but they prescribe this medication and people will have them. If you come to my home, you'd see, like, it looks as if I'm a first aid I'm a first aid medical assistant, or I'm a mini doctor, because everybody has this cabinet filled with medications. And so they don't really give little kids medication, but for like an adult, if you're having headache, you have the headache, the fever, like Panadol or paracetamol or Tramadol. You have the one for the cold, you have the one for just regular things, you have the one for menstruation. And like, guys, there's a prescription for everything. So there's so many pharmacies everywhere. I really don't know, like on my street alone there are more than 10 pharmacies. Like in my area alone, everywhere, every nook and cranny, there's a pharmacy. So prescription drug medical cabinet got me very, very shocked. Like in Africa, in Asia, you only have these medications maybe when you're ill, and we don't necessarily keep them at home. But here you have a pantry full of drugs. Okay, number 6 is compliments. In France, people will pay you compliments at your work randomly. Oh, t'es belle, hein? Oh, t'es due, t'es magnifique, t'es jolie. And you're expected to say, merci, merci, thank you, thank you. I found this very shocking because people that don't know you from anywhere will pay you compliment. Oh, you look nice. Wow, your ass is showing in this dress. Excuse me? Excuse me? How dare you talk about my ass? Or how dare you talk about my boobies? Or how dare you talk about my dress? Well, in France, it's normal, c'est normal. People pay compliments, and all you need to do is just say thank you, merci, and that's it. And okay, if you're a lady, don't think because they paid you compliment then the guy loves you. No, that's not it. They can just be paying you compliment and it's nothing personal. It's just, you look good, that's it. So, like how in Africa or in Asia, someone says you look good and you think, oh man, this guy likes me. No, not in France. In France, it's a compliment just for compliment's sake. All right, number 7 on the list, this one irritates me till today, is the size of the apartment. Guys, in France, apartment, especially in Paris, is really very small and expensive. So you see a tiny cubicle of maybe 24 square meters, and the price for rent will be like 900 euros, 1,000 euros. Very small. Bedroom small, toilets, everything is small. So this is a cultural shock I had, because in Africa, where I come from, like your kitchen is like, in fact, your kitchen is like 3 times or 4 times the size of all your rooms in Paris. In Asia, the same thing. So when I got here and when I had the rent, in my mind, okay, so this will be like a big house, the rent is expensive, it's over 1,000. And then you come and you're in just one small space. And the annoying thing is most of the houses, you can hear your neighbor, like you can hear what's happening. So people are always disturbing, and then people complain that you're disturbing as well. So when you're marching on the road or you're walking in your house, someone can say you're disturbing them, So this is another cultural shock that I had. Like small apartment is a no. I love some space, guys, space. And that's what we don't have in France. That's what we don't have in Paris. Okay, I must say outside of Paris is a bit easier. It's a lot easier. So if you're really conscious about big kitchens, you still won't have it very big, but outside of Paris is a lot easier. But in Paris, if you have a lot of luggage, you have a lot of clothes, your wardrobe, your closet, you're gonna have to put that in inside the box or something, because there'll be no space to actually flaunt all of those. Okay, number 8 is the malls and the closing time. Guys, this one shocked me to my heart. In Paris, most of the shops close at 7 p.m. Like almost all shops. And I'm like, what? 7 p.m. You guys don't like business? In Asia, shops are 24 hours. In Africa, most places are 24 hours. Of course, in America, almost the same thing as well. In France, 7 p.m. is 7 p.m. You go there at 6:45, people are already telling you, sorry, we're almost closing for shop. Okay, I do understand one or two restaurants are open, till 10, 11, but shops literally close 7 p.m. So anything you want to do, once it's 6:30, if you've not done it, then you probably have to reschedule for the next day, because once you get there, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to 7, shops are already closing. I don't understand why the French people do that. If you're French, can you comment below why you guys close shop like at 7? Why do you have to go home at 7? Like, apart from the clubs or restaurants, every other place is closed at 7, and they don't even open on Sunday. That's another thing. On Sundays, shops are not open as well, so that's another cultural shock that I had. Number 9 on my list. Okay, I've said almost everything. Number 9 on my list will be that they love food. I don't know if I've said about the food. So, okay, I've talked about food. I've talked about, let me see. I've talked about food. I've talked about the culture. Okay, number 9 will be that the average person can speak English. Most of the offices you go to, they tell you they don't understand. Je comprends pas. They actually can speak English. So what you can do if you're a foreigner or you're coming to France for the first time is to make an effort. Start off, in French, bonjour, explain to them, je parle pas beaucoup français, make an effort, and then you will see that they can speak. Ask them to parler anglais un peu. This un peu, it's un peu. Don't demand bigger. They speak French, but un peu. But I can guarantee you, the average person you're speaking to knows some sort of word in English. So if you're English speaking, make an effort. Try out first in French if you know any word in French, at least bonjour, excusez-moi, but still try to converse with them have a conversation with them in English, and they will just speak 1 or 2 words for you, and bam. So the average offices, even in the Parfait 2, in the Mairie, these people know how to speak a lot of languages. You'll be shocked or surprised. So don't even think that you might say something or call them out in English. Like you go to people and you're looking for help. One time a friend of mine was telling me she went to one of the offices and they didn't help her, and she said, oh, these people are so crazy. And then the woman replied her in English, oh, thank you, we're crazy people. She was so shocked, so don't do that, okay, because they understand English as well. Okay, final tip, number 10 tip that you need to know in France for French speaking people, or that you need to know about France in terms of the cultural shock, is the French people are not racist as people think. They're actually very nice people. Now this one is going to be it will depend on the kind of people that you meet when you come. For me, the French people are nice to me. I haven't met anyone who has been racist towards me, because there are a lot of black people here, so you don't even know who is an African, who is non-African. Like France is one place that embraces people of all cultures, so versus what people say that the French people are very racist. I don't believe that. I don't agree. In my opinion, they're very nice and hospitable people. Rather, what I think is most times when they behave the way that they behave is only because some of them feel that you might not accept them, so make sure that you show them that you're open to making friends with them. You're open to understanding their situation. Don't just conclude, don't just make assumptions. They themselves, they are shy too as well. They don't know what to say to you as an English person, so they don't know if that English they're speaking is actually acceptable, if it's okay, so make it a lot easier for them. Don't just assume that neighbor who isn't talking to you is a racist because they don't talk to you. They might not be talking to you because they don't know what to say or how to say it to you in English. So make an effort to make friends with them. Okay, so these are the 10 cultural shocks that I had when I came to France. Now, if you liked any of these things, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more of the juice, and leave me comments below. What you think? Have you had any cultural shock? Are you going to be coming to France? Are these things new to you, or are they the same in your country? Just let's have the conversation going on in my comment down below, and then I can get to know you more as well. All right, thank you for watching this video. Take care and see you next time in the next video. Bye.